What's up, Nike Well Collective? I'm KG, and today I have an amazing strength workout for you. This has some of my favorite lower body and glute focused workouts in it, so get ready. We have a bunch of core. We're going to have so much fun. The best news, you don't need any equipment for this workout, just a body length of space. We're going to be using our body as a gym. We have all these amazing levers and pulleys within our body, so I'm going to teach you how to use that today. We're just going to use our mat, so we're going to go ahead and get started in a world's greatest stretch. So I want you to bring yourself down to the ground. Hands are going to sit up underneath your shoulders, and we'll step your right foot outside the right hand. Okay, so this stretch can be really revealing. We're going to reach the arm up and then drop the elbow down inside the instep of the foot. It's okay if the elbow doesn't get all the way down. I like us to have room to grow together, you know? Hips are a little bit different every day, and when we're going to work the glutes, it's super important that we open the hips up. They get really tight. Don't worry, we're all in that one together. But let's get last one. We're going to take the right hand back down, sweep that right leg back, and we're going to take it into a quad rocker, into a modified plank. Now you'll notice I let my body push a little bit further forward, so shoulders just going over my wrists, a little past, because I like to activate my abs this way. So try that out if that feels good for you. And then you're sinking those hips back to the heels every single time. So eye gaze should be neutral, maybe at the top of your mat. Let's get 3 more, and then we're going to go into the other side, world's greatest stretch. Let's get 2. Last one. Sweep that left foot outside the left hand. You'll reach the arm up and then drop that elbow inside the foot. Now pay attention. Both sides might be a little bit different, and that's okay. We've got these really exciting bodies that do interesting things. My left hip, way tighter, always a problem. Love it. It keeps me humble. Let's get about 3 more on this side, really focusing on eye gaze, following that hand as it comes all the way up to the sky. 2, we're going to step into a plank after this last one. Perfect. That hand comes down, step into a high plank, and now we shift from plank to down dog. We start to open up the hamstrings. You can keep a little bit of a knee bend if you want. That actually helps me stretch my upper back a lot. So I sort of launch back. Otherwise, if straight legs feels better for you, you can totally go into it. Finding a little bit more range of motion each time, just warming the beautiful body up. We've got a lot of work to do today. We're going to cram it all into a fun, spicy session. You know I love body weight workouts. They go with you anywhere. Okay, walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. We're going into a walkout, into a plank. So we're hinging at the hips, soft bend in the knees, walking one hand out at a time into that high plank position, and then walking back towards our feet, rolling our body up. You can start to add a little more pace each time that you walk out to pull that body temperature up. And you know I had to sneak a little bit of cardio into this one, so we are going to have a mountain climber coming up afterwards. So we're gracefully picking our temperature up now to go into a little bit of speed coming up in about 15 seconds. Beautiful. So feeling those hamstrings give you a little bit more love every single time you walk out. If you're like me and sometimes you avoid stretching, when you do a fun warm-up, it reminds you it's actually not that bad. And it feels pretty good. On the next one, we're going to stay out. We're going to start to draw one knee at a time in towards the chest. You can be slow here in your mountain climber, or you can start to speed it up. And if you're very caffeinated today, you can really start to go for it. You're not here for long. You're trying to keep those shoulders stacked over your wrists, soft bend in the elbows, hips nice and level. Let's go. You're running it out for 10. Woo! You get a nice little standing break after this in 3, 2, and 1. Going to jump it up and bring it straight up to stand. Move your ponytail, which is always a prop for me. I'm going to activate these glutes. I love to glute activate. So we're going to go side on, pushing all our weight into our left foot. Right toe comes up nice and still. And then I'm going to hinge into my hips, okay? We're going to be talking a lot about hinging today. I want you to tap that right foot back, tap it in. Ready? Let's get it. So we're saying 20 seconds here. We're really lighting up the left glute. So the right side is moving, the left side is stable, but the left side is our focus point. We're going to change direction coming up in 8, 7, 6. You got this. Whew, really starts to sizzle in there. Okay, pause here, 45-degree angle. So your hip doesn't shift on that left side, just that right leg is moving and changing direction. I like to keep my eye gaze pretty neutral so that I'm not dropping my head down and I'm not changing my position of my spine. We've got 3 more taps here, then we're going horizontal. How's that left glute feeling, yeah? It's alert? Okay, last one, pause. straight to the side. This one can be really torturous because you want to shift your weight out, but you have to stay nice and steady. I visualize I've got a tall foam roller right next to me, and I can't knock it over, otherwise I have to do something terrible like burpees. You know, I love to hate them. You got 5, 4. We get to dust off that gluten. 3, 2, and 1. Whew, get out of there. Quick and efficient. You don't need a resistance band, I'm telling you. Right side, you're going to push all your weight into that right heel, soft bend in the knee. We start the reverse taps, can't talk, in 2 and 1. Got bedazzled by my glutes. Good, so you keep driving down, controlling the exercise through the heel. We're going to be talking about that a lot today too. We're changing direction in 3, 2, we're going on that 45, last one, little pause, find the setup, and then start to go. What I notice a lot of the time in our workouts is we miss work because we're rushing transitions. So we want to be thoughtful with transitions and not use transitions as breaks, and we're going to do that a lot today. But we want to make sure that we find the right positioning first, okay? We're going into horizontal in 3, 2, and 1. We take it straight out to the side. Oh, it feels good. So I like to tell myself when it starts to feel really tough, it's kind of like convenient lying, I guess. Let's get another 10 seconds here. Beautiful. Okay, stay nice and steady on that right side. 3, 2, and 1. Get out of there. All right, we're transitioning into our circuit now. We have 3 different circuits. The first 2, we're going to get 2 rounds, so you get to get really confident. We start off with glute bridges, which is my absolute favorite, as you know. The glute bridge gets a little misused sometimes, so I want to make sure that we find perfect foundation positioning in this first exercise because then we're adding on a lot from there. So in our glute bridge, it's really important we set the framework up properly, especially in this workout because we're going to keep building off this drill. So we want to find our foundation, fingertips reaching for the heels, feet a hip distance apart. I like to take a little pelvic tilt in so my lower abs are drawn in and then articulate through the spine to press up. Now, kind of what we're looking for here is knees, hips, and ribs in one nice line. And so we know that's kind of the point we're trying to reach as we drive down and drive up. So really pressing through the feet to activate those glutes. Think about dragging back through your heels without physically moving your foot. That's going to create all this tension where your hamstring and glute connect. And that's what I love about a glute bridge, okay? So if you ever feel it through the front line of the leg, just think about pushing down through the feet and pulling back through the heel, and that'll help you transfer into the posterior chain. We got 10 seconds left, and then we're going to hang out at the top. We got a little pulse, and these get spicy. Don't worry, we cut the time in half. So let's hold up on our next rep. Hold, press into the feet, and now you're just going to go into a little glute bridge pulse. Ooh, it feels good. So it's a tiny little drop of the hip and then a press up. Everything else is staying steady, okay? Your feet are locked, knees are staying still, keeping all of that framework. Good. We've got another add-on coming in 3, 2, and 1. Hold here. I want you to take your right leg straight up to the sky. Before we move, I want you to just push your left foot into the floor, pull that back through the left heel. Really, really feel this left leg light up. Oh my gosh. We are just holding. It's terrible. There is so much happening in that left side. Right foot, we're just staring at our shoe. We're like, oh, help. Yeah, you got 8 seconds. Just hold, trap, isometric pressure. It's an amazing way to transform a muscle. We're going to add a lever to this coming up in 3, 2, and 1. So this right leg is going to lever away. This is making it a little bit harder. We stop when the legs are in line, and then we exhale to draw the leg back up. Okay, we're levering away. We are definitely feeling that left glute. Don't worry, I'm in this with you. And then I like to exhale, focusing on my abs to pull that leg up. Hips are staying so steady. Good, you've got 4. There is a break coming, I promise, in 3, 2, and 1. See if you can do this transition with your hips staying high. The right foot thoughtfully places down. The left leg comes up. We flex the foot. Find the press down through the right foot and the pull back through the right heel. And our single leg hold starts now. 20 seconds. Woo, fresh glute, not for long. Okay, these isometric holds really work. So think about pressing your arms into the ground, but not overly creating tension through your chest. And just think about supporting your body. So that right foot really pressing into the ground is going to help keep the hips level. We're adding the lever in 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to gracefully sweep the leg away, exhale, drag, and drive it up. So nothing else is shifting, okay? This positioning is all the same. It's really nice when you get repetition and you get really confident with these shapes because that means you can come back to this work all the time really easily. You've got 5 seconds. We get a slightly longer break coming up in 3, 2, and 1. Oof, drop it all the way down. Hug those knees in for a little break. Good and bad news, we go straight into round 2. So we're staying here. The best news is you're an expert now. You know the positioning to be in. So we get to really layer on with confidence in this round. We start with the glute bridge, and this is a slightly shorter round. So get ready. No holds this time. We glute bridge, and then we get into it. And let's go. Big lift and drop. Lift and drop. So you can add a little more tempo this time, okay? If you like going slow, totally slow. Your 40 seconds, your rules, but I just want you to be confident with the space that you're claiming as you lift those hips up and not going too far, okay? Press through the feet, find that pull back through the heels. We got those top half pulses coming next. Everyone's favorite, definitely mine. If you see me posting videos from the gym, I'm always glute bridging, doing hip thrusts, something like that. These are such a great drill, and you can do them anywhere. We're staying at the top in 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Tiny little pulses. Here we go. Down, up, down, up. You can really start to feel your abs too when you dial into these exercises. So I want you to focus on that press through the feet, tiny little hip drop, tiny little press. Good. We're going to take that right leg up to the sky in 3, 2, and 1. Remember I talked about these rolling setups, okay? So we're going to start here. We're just finding the positioning, and now we start to lever the leg away and drive it back up. If this feels difficult for you, okay, it's okay. It is a challenging exercise. So don't be afraid to just move through it. Take little breaks when you need. And this is something you can really build up to. We're going to change legs in 2 and 1. Right foot comes down, left leg goes up. Oof, we are in there. Good. And isn't it funny how quickly that transition can be for you? You know exactly where that foot is going. You know where the leg is going. And that's what I love about repetition. Good. Let's get 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it all the way down. Rock those hips a little bit side to side, and amazing news, we're coming to stand. So we're going to start this block with a split stance RDL. I love this exercise. It's so effective at targeting the glutes and the hamstrings. So we're going to start with the left foot forward. Right leg is kickstanded back. It's not a lunge, it's just a kickstand. And now this is all controlled from your front foot. The left knee is stacked over the left ankle, hands are at your hips, and it's a hinge motion, okay? So we control from the hips, hinging our body forward, pushing through that front heel to drive up. Hinging forward, pushing through that front heel to drive up. I'm controlling the exercise through my grounded front foot. Let's try it together in 3, 2, and 1. So we've got 40 seconds here to really figure this one out. We're only coming to a 45-degree angle, okay? And it's all controlled from the hips. So a lot of the time what happens in an RDL is people try and squat, but it's a hinge. It's controlled from that hinge at the hip, and this knee is staying steady. The knee's not traveling. Now, what's amazing about this exercise is it's an incredible way to train the back line of the body and really give us strength, and we get so much power from the back of our body, those glutes, those hamstrings. Beautiful. So you're using your abs without even really thinking about it as you hinge down, keeping that back nice and flat. We're going to have a little remix coming soon, just like from our warm-up, but we extend from that glute activation. So hold here, take your right leg back, reach your arms forward, and you're going to tap your foot in as you drive your arms, okay? So we've made those levers longer. We're shifting our stability a little bit. It's a mild cardio pump. Good. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently shake that out. Yeah, that left glute built up, huh? We're going to do it all again on the right. So right side now, soft bend in the knee, hinge at the hips. We're going to kickstand the left side, and we're going straight into that 40-second block. So hinge your body forward and drive it up. What you notice is when you get really confident in the hinge is how straight away you can feel that work. Straight up the back of the hamstring into the glute. It's an amazing exercise. And like I've said a few times in this workout, we have no equipment, just this amazing body of ours. Good, hinging down. I like to keep my elbows nice and wide when my hands are on my hips. Okay, it helps me keep my chest open and my back flat as I'm coming down. Now you know what's coming up next. You've got those reaches again, but with the left leg extending back. So we're going to take one more rep, and then we're reaching the left leg back. Arms go forward, and we're going to tap in. So trying to stay nice and steady. You should feel your abs kicking in as well as those arms reach forward. Beautiful. You've got 10 seconds. Good. Burn out that right glute. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So nice. I think you guys were too expert in that. So Round 2, I add in some fun. We've got a balance. I love stability personally. It's really challenging. It's really humbling. So just try it out today. And who knows, maybe today it's not for you. Maybe it is. But we start with the exercises that you know first. Then we add in the stability. So by the time we get there, you're super confident. Left side starts. Let's kickstand the right heel. And then let's go for it. So option to keep your hands here. Or you can take the hands behind the head. Press your head back into your hands and keep your elbows wide. What I love about this is it really helps me to keep my back nice and flat, which is important in this exercise. And I use the weight of my head pushing in my hands to open my elbows even wider. So I'm using resistance from my body. Just an option, otherwise those hands can come back to the hips. We also have an option when we come into these knee drives. If you want, you can keep the knee airborne, okay? So I'll talk you through that coming up. We've got another 3, 2, and 1. Let's release the leg and the knee. And you can drive up. So we're introducing this idea of stability because our stability exercise is coming next, okay? Otherwise, you can tap that toe if you need to. It's your workout, your rules. We got that balance hold coming up. We feeling good? In 3, 2, and 1. Option 1, you can keep the hands at the hips. Right leg is back and extended. Option 2, you can reach those arms forward. We are only here for 20 seconds. Wow. Feel the intensity in your left glute. Yep, start to love it, okay? This is where we're going. We're always finding progress in our workouts. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, that was a fire in there. Okay, right side, let's see what's happening. Let's set it up. Not too long to recover. We're gonna shift onto that fresh glute. Find your kickstand, take the hand positioning you like, and we go straight into our 40-second block. So like I said, round 2 is about confidence. I hope you're feeling that. I hope you're finding how naturally you're getting into position with these drills. Maybe this was your first time doing some of these exercises today. Maybe it was your 100th time. It's still amazing, the work that we can find in our body if a drill is new or if it's familiar. Okay, if you didn't try the balances on the first side with that knee driving up, maybe you try it out here. What happens if you try 1 rep? Maybe you surprise yourself. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Reach those arms. You've got knee drives or you've got toe taps. We've got that 20-second balance, and then we're straight into abs. Come on, let's go for it. You can pick the tempo up a little bit here. Start to increase your temperature. We've had a pretty slow workout, so it's okay to pull the heart rate up a little bit. We've got that balance coming in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands at the hips, or arms can reach forward. And then try and find some calm and control. Your eye gaze is gonna really help you with that balance. I like to flex through my back foot and reach long through my fingertips. Again, using this length in my body as equipment. Good, let's go 5. You're almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Yeah, I need a glute break, a little glute break. Let's take some attention to the abs. All right, we're bringing it down to the mat. Now, I don't want to brag, but this is like one of my favorite core circuits, and there's some really special exercises in here, so you're welcome. We work for 30 seconds on each. We get 15 seconds in between. So I'm going to demo each drill. If you want to practice along with me, you can. Bonus reps, never know. So roll your body down. We start with head lifted leg extensions. So we create a firm base for the head by stacking our hands, thumbs down the neck. And then I want you to roll up to the tips of your shoulder blades, bring your knees to tabletop, and then you're going to extend 1 leg at a time. Try with me. Let's go. So reaching out, exhaling to drive and draw in. Okay, so this is option 1. We've got 30 seconds here. The clock started. Option 2, you can bend at the knee, okay? That is totally fine. So whatever lever you want to use, but I want those shoulder blades up off the mat. I want your head driving back heavy into your hands. Elbows are beautiful and wide, okay? Elbow posture. Let's make that a new thing. You've got 7. Little break coming up in 6. If you can creep the shoulder blades a little bit higher, now's your time. 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees in. Break for you. Set up for me. We're coming up. Now, pelvic tilt for me. Draw your abs in as you find a little C curve through the spine. So I'm not too far back. Hands are going to come behind the head, and we're going to rotate. So maybe the rotation is small for you. Let's try it out together. 30 seconds. Or maybe you can start to really twist and see your elbow pivot to the back corner of your mat. Opening, but keeping that C curve the entire time. So we're trying to draw our lower abs in here. This is where the challenge is, but we're also getting some work around our intercostals, which are these really cool muscles that support our ribs. Very important. You guys might like to call them the paper cuts, but anatomically, they're really special. Good, let's get 3, 2, and 1. Take a little rest as you roll yourself down, and we are coming into one of my favorite exercises. Now, I'm gonna give you a couple of options here because this one is very advanced. So option 1, you can keep your arms down. Right leg comes to tabletop, left leg comes up long. You're gonna lever the leg down and then use a little hip lift, nice and controlled, okay? There was no slapping of the spine. Option 2, we come back into that head lift, shoulders up off the mat. Let's go, 30 seconds together. I don't mind what option you take, but I mind that you really control your hip lift, okay? So similar to how we just practiced in those C-curve rotations, it's all about the lower abs. So it should feel smooth and controlled. Like I feel like my lower back's getting a little massage each time I come down, okay? Guys, if you are not feeling this in your abs right now, I don't know what's good. It feels like an ab-pocalypse for me, and we've got the other side coming. Don't worry, there's a little break in 3, 2, and 1. Whoa, okay. Not too much time to run away, but enough time to think about what option you're taking on this side. And I'm gonna suggest whatever you did with the hands and the head on the first side. So let's set it up. Left leg is bent, right leg is straight. If you want, you can get into position already. Hands behind the head, roll up, or you're setting your arms flat on the ground, and we're going for 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Let's get it. So the left leg is actually doing some work too by just trying to hold in that position. Don't underestimate how hard that is. Really just trying to keep that knee in the same beautiful bent position. It's like artwork, honestly. I was never good at art at school, and just for the record, so this is about as close as it gets. Good, and now we're controlling, even though we're fatigued, every single hip lift. You are so close. There is one exercise after this. Let's get those shoulder blades a little higher. 3, 2, and 1. Whew, don't go anywhere. We start from the bottom, full body roll up. Arms are gonna reach long, legs reach long. It's like a fake stretch to start. I want you to think about your pelvis drawing in towards you and your abs scooping in. As you tuck your chin, I'll give you a demo, round and roll up nice and slow, and then beautifully roll your body down really slow. Let's try together. This is 30 seconds of therapy. Tuck your chin, use your exhale when you get to your sticking point to round up and over, and there's that bonus stretch at the top. Now you can go really slow as you roll the body down. You're trying to lay your spine down in order, claiming our space. I think that's one of the biggest things with training, right? Life takes up a lot of the space in our body, so we're always trying to give our architecture back to ourselves. And rest. That was a gentle ending for what was quite a chaotic workout. We're gonna do a nice little seated figure 4 stretch. So roll yourself up, prop your hands just back behind you, and then I want you to lift your butt up to cross your right foot over your left knee. So try that out for me. And then I want you to scoot your butt in a little bit closer to that left heel, as close as you can. Then I use my hands to open my chest up. My right knee is pressing out to the side. Oh, feels really good. Hips, pretty tight for most of us, so don't take it personally. They just do what they need to do. One of the best descriptions of hips I ever heard was that they're like the basement of the house, and they just keep storing all our junk. And I was like, wow, I felt that. So a little figure 4, a little pigeon here and there is going to help those hips out. I like to use the quick cool down, even if I can't take a long one, just to recalibrate my breath, think about some of the work that I've done. And definitely we want to open our hips up because we did a lot of glute work today, and I'm really impressed. You guys crushed it. I like to rock my hips a little bit side to side, and then we can gently transition out. So we're going to cross the left leg up and over and drop that knee out to the side. Scoot your butt in as close as you can. Use your hands for assistance. And there goes that left hip, so loyal to me by being so tight all the time. We're going to have a little talk after class. Good. And take those little wiggles side to side if that feels good for you. You're using the force of your right knee pushing into your left foot to help you get more from this stretch. And I like to think about opening my collarbone up at the same time. Beautiful. So heart rate should be really dropping down right now. You should be feeling pretty centered in your body. And then you're just going to gently release that foot. Nice and calm. You can rock the hips a little bit side to side. Let that feel good. And you can gently push your way out of there. Team, that was your strength workout today. I am so impressed. This is an amazing workout you can come back to wherever you are, truly. Travel workout, in the gym, at home, anytime. Body weight strength is definitely one of my favorite ways to train because it is always there for us. So never forget that. And I can't wait to see you in your next workout soon.